Then, of course, yesterday, Wonder Boy's mom came in and asked Fez to take care of him and then asked me to take care of him.
That was really humiliating. I was humiliated for the guy.
You ever have a situation where your mom embarrassed you like that?
Oh, constantly. I think maybe the worst was the time she took all of us to the beach, and I was little. She brought us home. Wasn't going to let me in the house with sand all over me. I got stripped butt naked out in the yard and the hose taken to me. For all the neighbors to see. And at that point, old enough to realize I'm naked out here.
How old were you?
I would think I was like 6.
No, you really think the neighbors wanted to see your little dink?
Well, neighbors by neighbors, I say neighbor kids.
Oh,
you know, who were my friends that I went out to play with every day. And just humiliated. She wasn't going to let me in the house with sand on me. Next thing you know, I got a hose between the cheeks, making sure she gets every grain.
But you were always packing the sand in that big ass of yours. I can understand. You brought half of Paso Grill Beach back in your ass. All right, 866-277-4969. Here's the topic. How did mom embarrass you?
Kids need some sort of embarrassment training because there isn't a childhood that you don't have an embarrassing, hideous moment. I remember coming home from the beach one time, got stripped naked out in the driveway.
Fucked?
No.
Tell me if it happened to you, because that would really answer so many questions.
I would tell you if it happened.
Who fucked you in the driveway?
I was stripped down by my father and had
bent over.
No.
Bam, bam, bam.
And it was on the way home. It was after we went to the beach, and I had to get the sand off me, so he's hosing out my crack.
With cum?
Hose water. Hose water.
Is that what he calls it? Time for you to take a little hose water, Fezzy. Time for you to drink Daddy's hose water.
I'm taking his word for it that it was hose water, because I couldn't see it. All I know, it was warm.
And who's hose water for? Hose like me.
So I'm just naked on display for the rest of the kids in the neighborhood to see.
That's sexual abuse, though. What happened to you doesn't happen to most kids. How old were you?
I think I was like 5.
All right, at 5, most of us know how to clean ourselves off. Our dad don't have to take us out and hose us down like with a neighborhood elephant.
It took a while and one of those big brushes.
Not that every neighborhood has an elephant, but in this case, I'm sorry, Fuzzy, I had no idea that story.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
So fatty pneumonia's out there getting hosed down in front of the neighborhood kids, who already don't like them, right?
Yeah, they don't like me to begin with. And, oh my gosh, standing room only to watch fatty pneumonia get hosed watered.
Well, first of all, for most of those kids, the first time they saw a hard-on. They saw this little fat kid with a hard-on, and it looked like somebody was taking a hose to the letter Q. And he's just going, I can't believe it. Come on, come running. The fat homo's getting hosed down.
It was just the opposite, my friend.
Inverted dick?
Yeah.
Maybe they thought you were a girl.
Between embarrassment and hose water, there was nothing dangling.
Fuzzy had a penis the size of his vagina, and he's just standing out there, his little clit in the driveway, getting fucking hosed off by his dad.
I would have just died if someone yelled, I can see his clit.
Did you, was your dad naked?
No, of course not. Just me. I'm just getting clothes peeled off of me.
I bet.
And
probably cut off of you.
And not even the common decency of him like standing between me and the rest of the neighborhood, where he's like somehow blocking me. No, he's spinning me around for everyone to see.
He's spinning around, pissing.
Hose water, not piss.
Okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm not from Florida. I don't know what goes on down there. It's like in the Everglades.
It makes you not want to go to the beach anymore because you know the hose water treatment's coming again.
Tell me something. Is that one of the things? Does that image come back to you when you masturbate?
No.
All right. Can't I check anything? You know I have an honorary doctorate.
Who gave you that?
Don't worry about it. I get things you don't know about. That's something you don't have to. You don't have to sit here and be so damn curious. Or I'll have Eastside Dave come in and peel off the clothes and hose you down.
No, never again.
So that fucked you up for life, you think?
Oh, yeah. I think that probably is where pee shyness came from.
Because you were pissing yourself?
I wasn't pissing them, but just...
Shitting?
No.
Shitting and pissing out there like an idiot?
That would have been awful if he had to just take the hose down the driveway to clean my shit into the gutter.
Did he? I mean, you paint a picture like it happened.
As far as I know, no.
Do you think that's the thing that screwed you up, though, sexually?
Yeah, definitely. If that wasn't it, I'm sure it was the start of it. The seed that was sown.
Seed. You bring up that fucking term.
Oh, and I remember just crying out there. Because everyone was pointing and laughing.
Crying with joy? Maybe you're one of those guys you need to be humiliated to bring that all back. Maybe you would love that.
No, that was crying tears of humiliation. And, of course, the big, shut up. To all those kids laughing at me.
Oh, I thought your dad was yelling that at you. I thought he was even making it worse with some verbal abuse.
No, he was like telling me, stand still and we'll finish sooner.
No, I've done that with chicks, too. Here's Sean. You're on Run Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Fez, did your dad cup your balls and make you turn your head and cough?
No, I did not get a hernia check.
You should have.
Mr. Mouse.
Because I honestly believe you have one. It's the one thing he should have done for you. So that screwed you up bad.
Yeah, that screwed me up big time. Yeah. Made me embarrassed of my own body, Ronnie.
Well, that part helped. That at least you got some humiliation.
That's not a plus.
Here's Lee. Lee, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Lee.
Ron and Fez, what's up?
Earl's dick after hearing this Fez story today, I guess, when Fez was... You saying no, Earl? It didn't even work for you at all?
No, not at all.
Not hearing about fatty pneumonia being hosed off naked at age 15 in his driveway?
5.
Go ahead, Lee.
Hey, Fez, you said that hose water was warm. Well, if you let that garden hose run at all, that water that comes out of a garden hose is pretty damn cold.
Yeah, you got pissed on. Yeah, you definitely... You got some piss and spunk on you, buddy.
I think I got it right out of the spout.
Oh.
Hose water.
Mm-hmm. And who drinks hose water? Hose. Dirty little hose. How many kids were gathered around you?
It seemed like millions. I'm sure it was probably like 6.
Now, was this in your driveway or a circus tent that this all took place?
It was not an elephant wash, Ron.
He was Davy the Fat Boy from the old Randy Newman thing. It's really, really a sad story, Fez.
It is. You know, we had a hose out back. Why not take me in the backyard where no one could see me? Why is it at the front yard hose?
Why can't you use a shower like a member of the family?
That would have been nice.
And why don't you dive in the water at the beach? What are you doing rolling around? Was there a dead fish? Why would anybody come home sandy from the beach?
I just didn't get all the sand off of me at the beach.
Do you go in the water when you're down there?
Yeah, I did then.
Then how did it not get off of you? There's something in this story that doesn't match up, Fez. Maybe you were covered in blood and spunk and he had to hose you down quick. Were you still breathing?
Yeah, I was breathing. Yeah, I was like hyperventilating. I was crying so hard.
Crying or just excited? Feeling your body really for the first time. Little tingles and spots you've never dealt with before.
I didn't want to feel that body. I wanted to cover it. Cover it with shame.
Here's Josh here on Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, when your dad played doctor with you, who was the nurse?
Did you play doctor when you were a kid?
Not with my dad.
Your brother? I got caught playing doctor with the girl next door because the parents came over and bitched at my parents. Apparently, I'm kind of young to even remember this, but I literally had an incision. I opened her up and spread the skin open. So literally, I had this little penknife and cut her open.
Okay, playing doctor, probably all right, innocent enough. Playing surgeon, that's where you start to cross some lines. You probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, well, I mean, you live and learn, Fuzzy. You can't make a big... It was more... When I played doctor, I was more doing an autopsy. And I used to hit her in the head with a rock first, wait till she was out, and then see when all the things were in there. I was a curious boy. Interesting. Well, you're the medical examiner and the killer, all in the same case. Here is Harry. Harry, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Fezzy, when you got your hose water from Daddy, is that how you got the nickname Piss Bag?
I wasn't aware I had the nickname Piss Bag, sir.
I think you were nicknamed Piss Bag on this show for a while, weren't you?
Yeah, probably.
I can't remember how it happened. So anyway, this all started with the Star Wars kid, and then Fez tells us what you believe was the first time or one of the first times you were sexually abused?
It was the first time I was humiliated like that. I don't think it was sexual abuse.
It is a form of sexual abuse. Humiliation is a very big part of it. I use it on my chicks all the time. You know that, well, you want to fucking go outside? Huh? Where do you go? You leave with nothing. They like that, Fez, because it's all part of someone else's control. Someone else is in control. I bet right now if I had Eastside Dave come in here, start hosing you down, you'd be turned on by the whole story.
I think I would be humiliated all over again and try to cover my shame.
Yes, that's all part of the fun for you. That's part of the cycle.
But I can't imagine being aroused.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin, you're on Run Fest.
Hey, imagine this, guys. Kid's in the 8th grade. He gets a rod watching the cheerleaders playing basketball.
Who couldn't?
Coach calls him in. Nicknamed Boner Bunsey for the rest of his life.
And why wouldn't
playing hoops?
Why wouldn't he enjoy that nickname if you're going to go with it? The name Boner Bunsey could work out for anybody.
Yeah, it's not something you want your coach calling you.
And then you got to yell out, "It's boner time!" And act like when you go with it, people become like, "All right, fuck it." So now he's making a big deal. He's got a belt that says Boner Bunsey, and then you take the bullets out of their gun, Fezzy.
I wish I had thought of that in the fatty pneumonia days.
Sure. When your guy was out there squirting you with a hose, you should have started trying to stick it in your ass.
Now that would have been revenge against those kids?
And you're jacking and you're yelling, "Come on, who's next?" You're going with it in a big, big way. Why was your dad laughing when he was doing this to you?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember him telling me to hold still so he could finish hosing me off.
Get it in. You're wiggling away from it.
And telling me, "Oh, calm down," when I was just really freaking out about everyone watching me and laughing at me.
Now, Earl, there's two sides of the story. Number one, either Fez was abused, or two, he's blown this completely out of proportion. He got a little hose water on him, and in his mind, everybody in the neighborhood was looking at him and pointing and laughing. And his dad was laughing. I find that hard to believe.
And how long did this actually last? Was it only a couple of minutes or just like...
Month and a half. It's like Bridge over River Kwai.
It was a lot of sand.
After that, they went out and they stuck him in the box. And he had to stay that way. I don't know. Hey, Blue. Blue, you're on the Ron and Fez show. What's happening?
Hey, Blue.
Dr. Bennington.
Yeah.
I think what you need to do is put Fez on the lesbian couch and hypnotize him.
You know,
I think you can make a breakthrough.
I really would do this. And maybe I should. Hypnosis has been very helpful for you, hasn't it, Fez?
It definitely helps me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped me with my flying phobia, so it's done good work for me there.
Let's get out on the ledge and recreate. I'm going to put you out on the ledge and have Eastside Dave shoot you with a hose and see what happens.
Okay, the ledge part wouldn't be helpful at all because we're very high up.
I'm sorry, are you a doctor?
No.
Then get on the ledge. When you're a doctor, you come in here and you show me your diploma.
But you're not a doctor either.
Honorary. I spoke at a college.
But see, I wasn't on a ledge when this initial incident happened.
Weren't you? Maybe not somewhat on a ledge?
No.
Ledge of life?
I was in the driveway.
In between innocence and maturity? That's the ledge I'm talking about. The catcher in the rye. Let me catch you. You're running through the rye. You're playing. I'm here to catch you. Holden.
I could fall off.
It's not your fault.
But
it's not your fault.
I could fall
off. It's not
off.
your fault.
It's not my fault.
No. Let it go.
It's not my fault.
Go ahead.
It's not my fault.
All right, don't cry like a pussy.
It's not my
Don't
fault.
cry like a pussy. Get the hose!
See, it's all my fault.
It puts the lotion on his skin or else he gets the hose again.
Fezzy was getting squirted with the hose so much he couldn't even climb out of that pit that his father had dug for him. All right, here you are, Fez. Get up, take your clothes off, tuck your dick like the old days. It's Wild Horses time.
I don't think this is good therapy.
Who's a dirty girl at the beach? What's that beach whale doing?
It was as if my mother was a senator.
Is this helping at all?
Nah, it's creeping me out a little bit, really. You're getting water on me. simulating hose water. Stop throwing water on me.
You still hear the screams, Fezzy? The screams of a fat boy in his own driveway? Being hosed down by abusive daddy.
I can still hear the water running.
Were you a great big fat person?
Yes, I was.
Hey, Mo, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, something about this story has got to be being left out because I just don't understand. Fezzi said that his father had to clean the sand out of the crack of his ass. I mean, how often was he checking the crack of his ass?
I know. What is that about, Fez?
He was getting all of me there.
But whose father would stick a hose in their butt and say, here, this is for your own good? And then his dad was just dancing around with his dick tied, with a blanket, the beach blanket behind him.
You're a great big fat person.
Why didn't you get his dog and threaten to break its leg? Father.
Gotta get that sand out of your eyes.
Hey, John, you're on Ron Fez.
It's not my dad. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, buddy.
You're looking at this all the wrong. You have a making of a great one-man play or a movie on your hands.
Yeah, I know.
The molestation of fatty pneumonia.
Yeah, you should, Fezzy.
Let's hope that's a working title and not actually something we're going with.
Here's the thing that's really shocking about Fez. Your life is a horror tale, right?
Sure.
And yet, it's really not that bad. It's what you've turned it into. You had a wonderful day at the beach. You don't know how to clean yourself. Your dad hit you with the hose and you were able to go back in and have another giant sandwich. And yet you've turned that into a story of abuse and shame.
You know what? From that day, I don't even remember the beach part of it. I mean, I know we were at the beach because our cousins were visiting. And I remember we took them to the beach, but I don't remember one fun thing of being at the beach, not like building a sandcastle or anything like that.
Do you remember drinking spunk out of a sand bucket?
No.
Because that happened.
These are the things that should not be remembered.
Do you remember being rented for the weekend to do Haryana, Arab gentlemen?
I am not a summer rental.
Say goodbye to the horses, Fez. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, Fez, when your father was washing off your ass, was his hands on your shoulders?
I'm sure he was holding me at some point because I was trying to get away from him.
Sure. Away from him? When you say him, do you mean the penis?
I mean him, the person with the hose.
And by getting away, do you mean running towards it with your mouth open and your butt? Like Fred Flintstone coming across that...
I mean going into the house for dry clothes. For any sort of covering.
Dry clothes, you mean hairy balls?
No, I mean dry clothes. Couldn't put my bathing suit back on. It was all wet.
Here's Nick. Nick, you're on Red Fez.
90097.
Way to go.
And I had a question for Fez. Are you about a size 14?
You know, the weird thing is, since you've lost this heart attack weight, we really could cut a nice big slice out of your back. I'm going to work on you and Billy Staples and make a girl suit.
I got a little excess skin right now where you could get some nice diamond shapes from me.
Aren't you ever curious about what that girl's suit would have looked like if they would have let the guy finish?
Yeah, and why was he cutting diamond shapes?
Well, that's the pattern that you would have if you were actually a seamstress.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it makes it easier to put all together in one big... I guess it was going to be a coat, like a really nice long dinner coat.
I would have liked to see what Buffalo Bill looked like in it on Project Runway.
Hey, Jim, you're on Fez.
I was wondering if Earl could maybe help Fez out with this, because I heard him and his family got blasted with a fire hose in the late 60s.
Blasted with a fire hose, Earl's family used to treat that like it was a water park.
They would only protest in the summer.
See, that's what I don't understand, Earl. You guys said that you hated being shot with fire hoses, right? By the cops.
Yes.
But then when you got home, you would open up the hydrant and run through it.
Because we can control the pressure on
No, you can't. You can't control the pressure. They come bolting out of there.
With the monkey wrench? Of course we can.
Oh, it's just a wrench.
Yes.
Don't call it a monkey wrench. You're a human. You're not a missing link, girl. You're like us. Except for longer arms. That's it. Exactly the same as us, but longer arms.
Bigger feet.
And others. Let's face it. If what happened to you, it happened to Fez, happened with your dad at 5, you would have been dead. That's why you got to be happy about this. I'm always trying to tell you, Fez.
Look on the bright side?
Yes, your dad had a tiny dick that he fucked you with.
I shouldn't have to say this, but my dad did not fuck me. Now, that's a statement I should not have to make on the XM satellite radio.
I never heard another man say that. Seriously. But you told us the story. All right, tell us the story, and do not blow it out of proportion. Tell it exactly the way it happened, and I'm going to take notes.
Okay. Went to the beach with my family.
Wonderful. Nice.
My cousins were visiting from out of state.
Male cousins, female?
Female.
And that scared you, didn't it?
Not at that point.
Okay.
Went to the beach. Don't remember exactly what we did at the beach.
Could have been sex.
Came home.
Ew.
I doubt if it was sex.
You used the word came.
Yes.
Did you?
No, I was 5.
You still count at age 5.
Got home.
You couldn't at that age?
No, not that I was aware of. Never did.
Hold on, faggot.
What are you...
I'm doing my own notes. I'm a doctor.
I don't know if I agree with everything you're writing down.
You don't even know what I'm writing down. I'm writing it down in Latin.
I know, but I'd like...
Hamoski.
So...
that's Polish.
Got home. Wasn't allowed inside the house because I was covered with sand still.
Gritty, dirty.
Right.
Dirty and shameful.
Just gritty and dirty. Don't put shameful down.
Let me ask you this. Were you covered in sand or covered in sin?
Sand.
Sin.
With an A and a D.
I and an N. Go ahead.
Was not allowed in the house, even though the other kids were allowed to go in the house and get cleaned up in the shower.
But remember, the house is for what? People. So, okay.
Right.
So everyone else was allowed to go in and take a shower.
Yes.
The good kids.
I'm a people. I should have been allowed in the house. My father said he had to hose me off.
Did he say it's special time with Daddy? Special daddy-son time?
I didn't get anything special out of it that I was aware of. It wasn't described to me in that way, Your Honor.
Okay. You don't have to... Look, I'm not part of your dominatrix game. I'm a person. I'm your equal. You don't have to play it up to me. All right, go ahead, Fez.
So, father turns on the hose. He's washing me off.
No, turns on the hose.
Yes.
That meant he was naked too?
No, he was still in his bathing suit, his cabana outfit, whatever it was he wore.
Cabana outfit.
He turned on the hose.
Now, I'm not from down south. Turned on the hose means get a hard on.
No, it means to turn on the hose, the garden hose.
Get it nice and big and stiff.
No, it's a regular hose. They have them like at Lowe's, at Target. They have them anywhere.
These are other places you were fucked?
No. Home Depot, it's just a regular hose that you would water the grass with.
Watered your ass with? Okay.
Grass. With a grr.
Ass. All right, so you're standing there naked.
Not yet.
Okay.
So he's hosing me off, and then he's like, all right, pull down your bathing suit, your swim trunks.
Your one piece.
My bottoms, so he can hose off the rest of me. And I'm like, I don't want to. And he's like...
At that point, did you start crying?
I was on the verge at that point.
Sure.
Hadn't started crying yet.
And on the verge was really your whole childhood, on the verge of crying. You were never more... you were so close.
I was a curse word away. Yeah, a crossword.
All right, hold on. Here's Pinchy. Pinchy, you're on Fez.
Hello, Pinchy.
Hey, Fez.
Yes?
Did anyone ever ask you to help them load a couch into a van?
When you were trying to enjoy American Girl, as you were driving down the road?
That is my favorite song.
Is it really?
Yeah. Why are you writing that down?
Right, being fat person.
So he told me to pull my bathing suit off so he could wash off the rest of me. I told him I didn't want to. He said, just hurry up and do it. This is the way I remember this. He's telling me to hurry up and no one will see.
Right.
So he's yanking the bathing suit down off of me.
Is this the type of thing that took place inside? Did the parents help you shower?
No. No.
So this was a special day for Fat Girl.
Yeah.
This was a very, very special day for a Fat Girl. This could make a kid's book for kids that want to know life could be worse.
Special day for Fat Girl? I don't know how many kids are going to enjoy that.
That's really for abusive parents.
So, all right, now I remember this part of it. That when my pants were coming down, it was just me and my dad on the driveway at that point. And that's why he was telling me, hurry up, no one's going to look, quit worrying about someone looking. Then once my pants were down, I noticed that my sister and my cousins were peering around the corner at me. Then they started laughing. I screamed, they're looking, they're looking. Made no difference to my father whatsoever. Then there was kids, once I started screaming, kids from across the street came over and gathered with my cousins and my sister. As I'm screaming, they're looking, and I'm telling them to stop laughing. And my father telling me, would you just calm down? It's no big deal.
But it was a big deal, wasn't it?
It was. I was naked outside.
And what? Beyond naked. You were out of control.
Yeah, I was embarrassed.
And disrespected.
Yeah, I was shamed.
Your shame was exposed to the world.
Everybody saw it.
And I'm gonna fucking stop the comedy for a second and try to help you with this.
Okay.
You really want it to do up? You've got to take control now, right?
Right.
You've got to, and you're probably not even going to want to do this, but it's something I feel like you need to do, and that means you're going to have to kill a kid now yourself, just to show that you're in control, that this is the pain that was given to you, and now you're going to give it back to the world. Earl, we got the van ready. I want Fez to make a drive after the show.
Yeah, the van's out front.
I don't see where killing a kid is going to help me.
You're the bastard son of 10,000 maniacs, Fez. You did not make this up. You became the freak. You're the fucking poison. That's not your fault.
Yeah, but it's not the kid's fault who I'm supposed to kill either.
Isn't it? Andy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I remember Fez telling a story one time about how you ruined the day at the beach because they had to rush home.
Oh, yeah, because you had to take a shit?
Oh, yeah, that was another bad beach day. I never scored well at the beach.
I think you're mixing the two together. I think you probably shit yourself on the way home, and that's why they had to hose you out.
You know what? That's an interesting story, because once you told us you forced the entire family to pack up, leave the beach, go back to your house because you had to drop mud.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it in a public bathroom or out in the Gulf of Mexico. And
even now, are you still your bathroom shy?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to send Eastside Dave in with you while you take a dump and just let go?
I would not even be able to physically pull that off.
Pull it off of you? Instead of saying, I really want you to think about this.
Yes.
Were you covered in shit? And that's why your dad couldn't bring you inside. And that's why he had to hose you down. Because it sounds like that could be the breakthrough that we're looking for.
It was sand, not shit.
All right. Give me a little background music. Yeah. Give me like a little new age thing so Fez can relax. Something hypnotic. There we go. Now, Fez, I really want you to think back and see your dad doing this, like you're an adult as you are now.
Okay.
And really see, first of all, picture it as if it's happening to you.
Right.
Okay? And that feels bad, right?
Yes.
But now step out of that and see it as if you're watching it on a movie screen. And it's there in front of you.
Yeah.
And what is actually happening? What do you see happening as adult Fez? What do you see happening to little Fez?
I see nobody listening to him.
Right. Keep your eyes shut. Keep watching.
Right.
Yeah.
I see him asking, telling people to shut up, not to look, but nobody listening to him where they're respecting his wishes.
And his little balls are so tight right now, right? And fear.
Oh, yeah.
That little mushroom cap of his, embarrassing in front of the girls. And
all bent over trying to cover.
Sure. Fat ass.
What?
I'm just saying he had a fat ass. But I really want you to stay with it, Fez.
Well, it's still some of my baby fat.
And what is your dad doing? What is he saying? Even now as an adult, and you're hearing this, does it still bother you? What's he saying?
He's saying, calm down. It's no big deal. Stand still. I'm getting a lot of stand still.
Right. Now, as you an adult looking at this, do you understand his point of view? Do you emphasize with him more than the child?
No.
You'd still feel as if the child?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. So you're still trapped at that age instead of the adult age?
Yeah, I still see it from Little Fez's point of view.
No, did Little Fez get a towel after that?
Yes.
He's standing there, he's still crying with the towel around him?
Uh-huh.
What would you say to him? How would you help him now, Big Fez?
I would have told everyone to quit looking at him. I would have put the towel around him before his embarrassment.
This already happened, though. So you can't stop it from happening. What would you say? You just came up to this. What do you say to this little boy?
It's all right. Don't worry about it because you're going to be the only one that remembers this.
Well, now everybody listen to XM.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
So let him know that not only would this happen to him, but as an adult, you've betrayed that little boy, and you've spread that story internationally through a satellite feed. Let him know that this is bigger than he even thinks.
I don't have the nerve to tell him that, Ronnie. I think that's going to get him upset.
I'll tell him, hey, fat girl, this doesn't end here. This goes on.
How did you get in this movie?
30 years into the future, this still goes on. And tell him that you hate him and that he's let you down.
I can't tell him I hate him.
I'll tell him, I hate you. You're weak and you're stupid.
Why are you yelling at Little Fez?
I just think your dad's a great guy and that this kid blew the story out of proportion. Josie, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
I was just wondering if Fezzy's getting his life confused with Karen Silkwood's, because the story seems awfully familiar.
Fez, did you swim in anything contaminated?
No, not that I am aware of.
You don't think cum can be contaminated?
I was not bathed in cum.
You did get a Silkwood shower, though. Admit that.
Yes, but that was years before that movie came out.
All right. Now, your dad, is he aware that you still remember this story? Have you ever brought it up to him?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think it's time?
I doubt if he would remember it.
I know. Now, your dad is at the point now where he's had a heart attack, and he's been through some problems, and has some health problems now, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't now be the perfect time for you to physically assault him after what you've been through?
Well, I don't know if I could do it back to him. I would have to be the bigger person. I don't want to strip my dad naked and hose him down out in the driveway now.
You may have to. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Fez. He probably shit all over his back. Hey, Fez, do you remember your father hosing the little girls off? Weren't they all sandy too?
Hey, I was the only one that got hosed off, as far as I remember.
Daddy wasn't interested in girls, was he?
Not hosing them off. They got to hose themselves off.
You got to remember something, Fez, in his defense. You had an ass like a fat little peach. I don't think many guys could let that go without just wanting to hose it off.
I know you're trying to make me feel better.
I mean, that was like a ripe peach that you had in your pants. And who isn't going to want him to do that? Johnny, you're on Fez.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, buddies, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Fezzy, do you still have the phobia of going in public restrooms?
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm pee shy, shit shy, whatever you want to call it. I have all the shies.
Have you ever dropped mud in public? East Side, I want you to take him into the bathroom now and get him to drop mud.
It's not going to happen.
Why don't we do this? Let him just massage your butt with his knuckle.
I don't think that's going to make me more conducive to crapping. That would make it actually worse.
You want to try to do the pee shy thing with Dave? Dave, get the mic and be ready to take him in there.
Okay.
Kill your water, Fezzy. You want to get that through your system. You're all dried up.
I'm all out.
Yeah.
I think that was the stuff you threw on me earlier.
No, it wasn't that. That was weird. When you said I was throwing water at you, you couldn't have been more wrong. I was not.
You weren't throwing stuff on me?
Nope. Stan, you're on Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, you said you were covered with sand with a A and a D. You sure it wasn't a D and the A? Punching out.
Thanks.
I was just spelling the word sand. Thank you very much.
Interesting. All right, Dave, come on in here. Do you really think you can do this today, Fez? Because this could be your breakthrough.
No, I don't think I can do this at all.
Dave, would you be willing to go with him?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually have to urinate myself right now.
All right, the good thing there, Fez, is that he'll get started. And a lot of times it's very difficult to stop if you hear running water.
I really have to go bad, and you can take a couple tips from how I do it.
All right. So do you want to watch him first, Fez, or?
I know how to pee. I just don't like to do it with other people around.
How do you know? Your thing is you don't know how to do it with other people around.
See, if you look up at the ceiling, you won't notice other people. You don't look around. That's why I'm saying I'll give you tips about peeing.
He's looking down at him.
I try not to look. If anyone else comes in the restroom, I actually close my eyes. I try not to make any eye contact whatsoever.
Why? That way, in case someone's banging you don't know who it is?
How about two stalls next to each other? This way...
And holding the hands underneath.
That's very uncomfortable.
Or is it love?
I don't have to go.
Got the mic right here.
Is it because it's Dave?
I couldn't pee in front of anybody.
Here's what I'm worried about. I know you kind of like Dave, right? He's your buddy.
Sure.
Are you worried if you tried to go in and use the restroom, you would get wood and not be able to do it? That's my biggest concern right now. That's my only concern. Let's face it. That you're going to get in there and be so excited that something besides pee is going to happen.
I don't think I would have any excitement if any...
Because I'm going to tell you, there'll be no living with this kid if he finds out he's your favorite so much that you spunk all over the bathroom. Am I right there, Earl? There will be no living with him.
His ego will be so out of control.
He'll be walking around like he's the Queen of Great Britain.
I'm not going to feed his ego.
Come on, Roomy.
Ew.
It may have just the opposite effect where...
He comes on you.
Where my urethra or whatever actually climbs back into my bladder.
I don't know if that could happen. I don't know. I'm not the physicist that you seem to be with the body. The physicist isn't the right word. What am I looking for?
Physiologist?
Yeah, okay.
Physician.
Yeah, not physician. Stop it, Dave. You fucking redheaded maniac. I don't know what he sees in you. What about this? You two go in there with the lights turned out.
That's good. I like that. Right off the bat.
You leave your pants outside. You both go in there with the lights turned out.
That takes me back to the driveway. I'm separated from my pants.
And your father.
The driveway incident.
And your father's love. Do you want Dave to play the part of your dad? Me be the giggling sister. What do you need, Fezzy? That's what we're trying to get to here today.
I just need a restroom to myself. That's all it takes.
What if you are at the urinal and I just stand way off by the door? Just by the door. I won't go next to you or anything like that, but as long as I'm in the restroom, it's called baby steps.
I'm gonna subscribe something here, Fez. Prescribe something here. Are you familiar with the term glory hole?
Yes.
I may want you to urinate through one of those. Do not make this kid feel like he's liked more than he is, though. Because if you get carried away, Fez, I know this Dave, he'll fall in love with you.
I won't. I will do my best not to give him or myself any satisfaction.
Here's a question for you, Bill. Bill, you're on my Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Fez, I was wondering if this ever happened to you, because it's happened to me. You go to a public bathroom, all right, and you got a long line behind you, and you just can't go, you know? And you just kind of like, just fake it, like you're ready, you took a piss because you're taking so long, you know.
Have you ever faked one, Fez?
Oh, I've totally done that. Lots of times.
It's happened to me a few times. All right, guys, punching out.
I never knew a guy could fake it until today. I know women fake it all the time, but guys fake it.
Oh, I've faked it.
How?
Usually I just moan a lot and spit on his back.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
It'll be fun. It'll be
Hold on,
educational.
I'm gnarled out. Let me just sit here and be gnarled out for a second. All right, go ahead.
It'll be fun.
No, I'm not done yet. I'm so sick to my stomach, I want to just hold it for a second. I want to remember this. Okay, go ahead.
It'll be fun. It'll be educational. And we'll learn something about each other.
How's it going to be educational?
That you are going to now know that you can do this. Fez, I think you get two things. You go in there and you use the public restroom with him watching face right down there. Or we open up this window and you let one go over 57th Street, all the way down. And you stand up on top of this windowsill with Dave holding your shirt, and you just whiz down into the street.
I'm afraid the wind will blow it back in my face.
Fez, a lot of feedback about you yesterday. You still writing on the RonFez.net?
Oh, yes, I am. Yep, every day.
What's the big story over there?
Well, it was some people wanting to take me to task about the words I had for Eastside Dave and Casey yesterday, among other things.
Fez dropping his truth bombs, and sometimes innocent people get taken out.
That was a big truth bomb that got dropped, and it was probably a little overdue.
I'm not sure whether I see you as being all that truthful.
Really?
Well, a man without a secret, a man who has a secret, why would you trust him?
Right, yeah, but I mean, some people know my secret. Maybe sooner or later, other people will know it.
Right, but that means that you're kind of not out front about yourself. You're the type of person who is going to say stuff whenever it comes up.
No, I think I was, yesterday in particular.
I've never really believed a lot of the stories about your childhood. A lot of times they come off like bullshit.
Those have all been absolutely true.
100% true.
Yes, 100% true.
Even though your sister disagreed somewhat about the story about you and your dad in the driveway. What exactly happened there?
We came home from the beach. I was very little at that point. We came home from the beach, and my cousins from Ohio were with us, and I got stripped down on the carport, and they were hosing me off while the cousins were looking at me naked and pointing and laughing, along with my sister and my brother Corky.
And hosing right out of your ass?
Well, they were, hosing me down. That's where the sand collected. So, yes, my ass was getting hosed off.
And who did this hosing to you?
And this was my father.
I have a email, and that's electronic mail.
And now, Ron and Fez, the show of the future, brings you...
Electronic mail.
Mail served electronically. This one, comes from a young rocker named Neil. It says, "Hey, buddies. Hi, buddies. I was listening to some of the old JFK shows I found online. And the one from October 1st, 2003, where Fez was talking about the times his mother has embarrassed him. And he brought up the time that his mother hosed him down in the driveway after a day at the beach. I've always heard Fez say that it was his dad, and now I'm wondering if this has even happened. Is Fez Whatley a liar?"
My name's Whatley.
Let's look up to this. Go into the Ron and Fez supercomputer and pull October 1st, 2009 hose story and see what we come up with. Then, of course, yesterday, Wonder Boy's mom came in and asked Fez to take care of him and then asked me to take care of him.
That was really humiliating. I was humiliated for the guy.
You ever have a situation where your mom embarrassed you like that?
Oh, constantly. I think maybe the worst was the time she took all of us to the beach, and I was little. She brought us home. Wasn't going to let me in the house with sand all over me. I got stripped butt naked out in the yard and the hose taken to me. For all the neighbors to see. And at that point, old enough to realize I'm naked out here.
How old were you?
I would think I was like 6.
Now, you really think the neighbors wanted to see your little dink?
Well, neighbors, by neighbors, I say neighbor kids.
Oh,
you know, who were my friends that I went out to play with every day.
All right, let's stop. Let's stop this super computer.
When did we get that?
The story that you tell now, it was you, your dad, and cousins.
Right.
The story you told October 1, 2003, your mom and your friends in the neighborhood.
Right, yes. 2 separate occasions.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, boo.
Stop being a liar.
I am not being a liar. The time with my mother was an even more embarrassing time.
I don't believe shit anymore. I don't believe a thing that you have to say. I no longer believe Fez Whatley.
You can believe me. It happened more than once.
It's smoke and mirrors. He's just making crazy shit.
It is. It's smoke and mirrors.
No, it's sand and hoses.
It just seems like after a while you would have to know on the way back you're going to get your asshole squirted. Fucking liar. I just want to do a show where someone's not fucking lying into my face every day.
I do not lie into your face every day.
That's why you got called out yesterday on RonFez.net, and that's why the heat's coming back. Greg, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron, what's going on? I'll lay some truth on you. The truth of the matter is that Fez has no idea what he's talking about. I mean, he can say it's honesty from his perspective, but he has no idea what it's like or what it's going to be like. He'll never have a life partner, let alone a spouse.
Again, I don't want to get into Fez's little made-up battles from yesterday. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah,
I'll tell you what's going on. My partner lied to me.
Yeah, I was with you, Fezzy, and, you know, if you listen to that audio, it says your mom wouldn't let you in the house. It never says who hosed you off. But then you went and said that it was 2 different occasions. I don't know what to believe now, Fezzy.
He could have easily caught himself in his lies. Instead, he just lies more. And that's what a liar does. When they're caught in a lie, you get a brand new lie.
Well, that's the smartest thing to do, isn't it? Just make one more up to cover the last one.
That's not what I'm doing.
Here's Ricky. Ricky, don't lose our number. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies, is this smoke and mirrors with Fez or cocks and assholes?
Maybe someday. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I've never done this before. I will just tell you that the committee is now looking to revoke yesterday's Beanie Cup Award, which went to Fez Whatley for being part of the show.
They do not need to revoke my Beanie Cup win.
No, I really don't know. I know one thing. You got caught lying today. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
That was not a lie.
Hey, guys. Ron, you shouldn't be surprised with Fez lying. After all, the guy's got a comic book based on him called Fez the Incredible Liar.
Fez, can I get one of those comic books?
Those are not real comic books. I believe that's just artwork done by robot artists.